Good morning, Standard 2. Today we're going to be learning about maps. Yes, maps. What is a map? A map is just a drawing that represents real places for real life. It's drawings that has a lot of symbols on them so that we can read and understand the symbols. A map shows us where we are. It tells us where we can go, helps us define directions, and helps us to set boundaries. For example, the area in pink is North America, and it helps us to know this continent is North America and this one is Asia, the one in green. It helps us to know where North America is, where Asia is, and it helps to separate them. Maps can be drawn in many different ways, using colors, patterns, pictures. And let's take a closer look. Here we have Asia, and then we have Europe. The color-coded form of this map helps them to separate, know where Asia ends and where Europe begins, so it helps to set boundaries. Most maps are drawings of all parts of the Earth's surfaces. So usually the maps that we know and use draws a picture representation of our Earth, how it is, how it looks, where things are, and it helps us to be able to move around, know where we are, know how to travel. There are different kinds of maps. So if we take a look at this one, map of the world. This one here helps to let us see all the different countries, and it's trying to give us a picture of the entire world. Like we could see over here is Brazil, United States, Canada, Russia, China. When a map is drawn like this on a flat surface, like on a paper, a big printed piece of paper, it's called a flat map because it's on a flat piece of paper. They can also take that same map and put it on a circle ball. If it's on a circle ball like this, it's called a globe. And they put it in this form because when it's in a globe form, it mimics the way the Earth looks. We believe our Earth is round like a circle, and it's on an invisible sphere, tilted. So this helps them to get a better representation of how the Earth looks in the circle form, but it is still a map. Whenever it's on a ball in a circle form, it's called a globe. When it's on paper like this, it's called a flat map. So we have different kinds of map. We have the map of the world, showing us an entire picture. We can have a map that are showing specific area. For example, this map is showing the U.S. capital states, like states in the U.S., the capitals of them. And we can go to an even smaller map of just a piece. For example, showing a map of Belize. This is only showing our country, Belize. It's not showing the entire world. So there are different kinds of map that can be broken down just to show you exactly what you're looking for. But we're going to be first learning parts of a map. So the first thing we want to learn about is the map key. Now remember I said maps are just drawings, symbols that have meaning in real life. So here we have this map that are drawings and symbols. We could clearly see that we recognize some of these things on this map here. What helps us to be able to read and understand things on the map? We can call them map keys. What is a map key? Right over here where it says key. The map key is a part of the map that helps to explain what the symbols or colors on the map means. This also can be called a legend. Like you can call it a key or you can call it a legend, and I'm going to show you an example of how it looks when it's called a legend. So let's take a closer look at the key here. Remember the key, the purpose of this key is to help us to understand the things that are on the map. The key explains what the symbol or the colors mean. So if we see this symbol or this drawing, it means that it's a tree. If we see this drawing, that means it's a bench. If we see a drawing like this, slide, this, seesaw, this drawing means a sandbox. This drawing means swings, flower, duck pond, and path. So the map key helps to tell you what the symbols on the map mean. So we will know that, hey, over here is a bench. This is a flower. This represents a path. Sandbox, sandbox. And this is a seesaw. So when I look at this map, I would be able to understand what these things mean on the map. The map key helps to tell me what the symbols mean. So let's take a look at another map. This map also has a map key. Not the clearest one. Let me zoom out a little bit. So the map key helps us to understand what symbols on the map means. So this one here would mean a pond. This one would mean a road, woods. This one would mean a house. This one would mean a river. And I think this one means wood forest, right? So if I look here, I know that if I'm going on the road, I would meet a pond first. And if I continue on the road, I would meet the woods. And then if I continue, I will then meet the home. And that's if I'm trying to get to the home, right? So the map key helps us to understand what is on the map and helps us to be able to read it. We can also call the map key a legend. Now, this map here of the US states has a legend on it. The legend as well explains what the drawings on the map means. So this legend has the red line means international boundary. The white line means state boundary. If you see this symbol, it means country capital, and the dot means state capital. So let's see if we can find a country capital looking for a symbol like this on the map. Do you see any? Ding, ding, ding. It's right over here. Zoom in a little bit so you can see that. The country capital. Let's see if we can use our map, our legend, map legend, to help us to find an international boundary, a red line. Means that's where another country begins. Are you able to see it? Ding, ding, ding. Here it is. International boundary. This is where the US stops and Mexico begins. Also at the top here, red line means US boundary. This is where the US stops and Canada begins. So let's review the two parts that we're studying today. A legend helps us to understand what drawings and symbols on the map means. And it's the same thing for a map key. A map key also helps us to understand what the symbols on the map mean. And a map in itself, no matter what kind of map it is, whether it's flat or it's a global map, is just a drawing of parts of the Earth's surfaces that helps us to know where things are, helps us to find where we're going, and helps us to separate places, like separate countries. Excellent. So on the next slide, you're going to go ahead and write down your notes on what is a map, what is a map key in legend, and tomorrow we'll learn a little bit about reading maps. Bye.